Hi everyone. In the last project I used these envelopes that have a little gusset in them, and I just thought I'd do a little video. So they open up nice and wide and you can put plenty of things in them. This one was made from a 6x6 piece of paper. I just wanted to do a quick video to show you how to make the most out of your digitals. So this is an A4 piece of paper, and I'm just going to make 2 envelopes from that one piece of paper. So here's just a quick sample with another one I've done. So this is one of the gusset envelopes, and I've just got a little card in there. I've punched some butterflies out, and you can see as I slide the card in, I've used tracing paper on the inside there. So there's that one, and then this is a smaller little envelope with a little card in it, and I've used clear acetate on the inside of that, and you can slide your card in and you get to see the die cut that I've done there. So I'm just going to make a couple of quick envelopes and show you how I do it. So as I said, this is A4, but you can pretty much use this with any size paper that you've got. You really just want to start roughly with a square. So A4 is 11 3/4 inches, and in width, and in height it's 8 1/4. So I'm just going to make a square that's 8 1/4 to start with. And then I've got my second piece of paper there. So what I want to do to make the gusset one is a couple of quick scores. And you don't have to use these measurements, but these are the ones that I find work really well. So to get, that's enough of an opening for me for a junk journal. So I don't think you need any more than that. And to do that, decide which is going to be your, so this is the square. So if I have that up that way, that's going to be this front part of my envelope. So there's my 2 sides, and I just do 2 score marks on the side. So I want 3/8 of an inch and 3/4 of an inch on both of the sides. So 3/8 and 3/4, and just quickly fold those in. So that's your gusset, and then the rest of the measurements you can just work out what you want really. So I want, in this envelope I've made, I think it's about 1 inch, the flat part. So again, that's going to be the top of my envelope. So I want my 1 inch for the flap up here, or whatever measurement you fancy. So there's my inch. And then the other measurement, depending on your size of paper, you can basically, just wanting to fold this paper up. So that's the top of your envelope. So you want to fold this up so that it doesn't hit. On this one, you can see if I fold that back, I've got about 1/8 of an inch. You can make that whatever you want it to be. So on this one, I'm just going to use that height. And that's basically your envelope. All you need to do now is trim off this little piece here. So if I show you, we want to get rid of this little piece here on both sides. And you also want to get rid of, at the top, these 2 little corners up here as well. Now this is only lightweight paper, so your gussets are going to fold in. Like that on both sides. And so that's, when you've got that all glued into place, that's the envelope. What I've done on this one is I've lined it just with a little bit of music paper. I'll do the same on this, because this is only copyweight paper. I'm just going to add a little bit of music paper on the inside. So I just want to make that about 6 5/8 in width, and this will just add a little bit of strength. And then if you wanted to, on this one I've rounded those corners. If you wanted to do that, now is a great time to do that. Just trim that a little. And if you want to add, you can see on this one I've added a little bit of a notch. You can find the middle of your paper here. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 is about there. And you can take a circle punch, or I'm using the tab punch to take a little notch out. And then just glue in these pieces. The only thing you might want to do is, you can see the little white bits sticking out, so I often just make a little pencil mark where the top of my envelope is going to come up, and then you can trim that and get rid of that extra little bit on the side so that you don't see any of the white. And then just glue down your little gusset pieces. And you're done. If you were going to do some die cutting, you would do that at this stage. I'm not going to do that for this envelope because I really like the pattern on this butterfly paper. So there you have it. That's a nice simple gusset envelope. And you can decorate that in any way that you choose, ink it up, add stuff to it. And then with the scrap of paper that's left over, you've got plenty of paper to make something like this. So on this one I've made the fold down flap a little bit larger, so that one's 1 3/4. I'll make this one 1 1/2. As I said, you can do, but basically do whatever you like with this. So I'm going to make, I think I'll have that folding over and that be my front. So I'm going to make 1 1/2 on this one. So that's going to be my fold down flap, and the front part of the envelope I'm just going to choose a height that works for me. Fold that up, and then on the sides I just want a 3/8 of an inch score line. This one's not going to have a gusset in it. And with that being the fold down flap, I need to cut away those parts and these side parts. So that's a quick and simple envelope. If you want to, you can line the inside that one. I did with this one. I put music paper on it again just because I had it lying around. So you can do that again. Glue stick is enough, I find, for this. It's not going to do much more than just reinforce that paper there. And again, if you want to, you can trim these little extra bits. Just refold that right there, round the corners again if you want to. And if you want a notch, again, do that before you glue it. And if you wanted to ink it, ink that as well now. I might just ink that, just that top little bit, to make that stand out a little more. And then glue your envelope down. I'm just going to fold mine in a little more. And so there you have 2 quick envelopes from 1 sheet of A4 paper, and it's just a really nice way to make the most out of your digitals. You can get something really pretty out of it, depending on which papers you choose. You can fit plenty in this envelope now with that gusset in there. And if you wanted to, you could also, before you glue the sides in, you could stitch it into the journal so that becomes a page that you can flip over, and you can add your closures and whatever you like. So there's just a nice simple way to make 2 envelopes out of 1 piece of digital paper.